Welcome back, guys. Meanpooh here, and today I have Madden 2025. It continues the long-running football franchise that's been around for decades, bringing its usual mix of NFL teams, players, and modes like franchise and ultimate team. While it still looks good and plays solidly, myself and many players feel it's yet another copy and paste year, with only minor tweaks and no big innovations to really freshen things up. If you played Madden in the last few years, this one will feel very familiar, which can be good if you just want updated rosters, but disappointing if you were hoping for something truly new. Overall, it's more the same, for better or for worse. For this test, I ran 3 full game sessions in Madden 2025 to really see how it performs. I'm running this on my personal rig, which is powered by an NVIDIA RTX 5090 and an AMD Ryzen 9800X3D, so definitely some of the best hardware you can throw at it right now. The first test was the Super Bowl matchup between the Chiefs and the Eagles on a clear day. The second was an exhibition game with rainy weather, and the last was another exhibition, but this time in the snow. The reason I chose these 3 specifically is because I was trying to see if the 1% lows, which the game seems to struggle with, would improve under different conditions. As you'll see, they really didn't. For all 3 tests, I ran the game at ultra settings and 4K resolution. There's no DLSS or frame generation in this game, so those weren't options. The graphics settings are actually pretty bare, but there is some ray tracing for ambient occlusion that couldn't be disabled completely. Other than that, it's about as maxed out as you can get. So here are the results. On the Super Bowl test between the Chiefs and the Eagles on a clear day, I got an average of 164 FPS, but the 1% lows, just 17. That's already not great for a game that feels like it should be smoother, especially on this level of hardware. Next, I did an exhibition between the Bills and the Ravens, this time with rainy weather. The average dropped just a little to 160 FPS, but the 1% lows still set at 15. So even adding rain made very little difference in the performance overall, and those 1% lows still are just awful. Lastly, I ran an exhibition between the Bengals and the Packers, this time in snowy conditions. This one saw the average FPS drop further to 141, which I expected since snow is a bit heavier to render, but once again, the 1% lows stayed the same at 15. So at this point, it's clear that the lows are consistently bad, if you ask me. I even tested other settings to see if I could improve things. I lowered the graphics settings all the way to low, locked the frame rate to 120, and still got 1% lows in the 12 to 15 FPS range. Even Vsync didn't help. I also disabled just about every background task I could think of, just to rule out anything else running on the system. But nope, it, still the same results. And to be frank, the whole game just feels a little sluggish. Maybe it's just me, but it seems to move in an almost slow motion type of way. And I know that sounds crazy, but it just doesn't feel as smooth as those high averages would suggest it should. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. If you guys know why the 1% lows in this game are so bad, or if you've seen similar results, let me know in the comments because I'd love to figure out what's going on. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.
Play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down throw, Mahomes. Running in the red zone. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. That's the end of one here in Super Bowl 59. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to New Orleans right after this. Welcome back. The team is set, so let's get back to it. Second quarter of Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make it impact later.
From the gun, Piron. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Here he is on 3rd and long. This one's caught. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs get the game's first points here in the second. DeAndre Hopkins, the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Reed now to kick this one away. He fields it from the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Well, we've had to wait until the second quarter to finally see him and his offense out there. And we're going to see what they have in them here, Kate, in a hurry. Down a touchdown with how long they've been sitting over there. I know the feeling. You're chomping at the bit and likely going to be pretty aggressive with the football.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Hurts comes out throwing. On the move, headed right. Oh, the football's loose. And this is picked up by the Chiefs. And he will take it back. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take a 13-0 lead. He took off with it, which they give him full license to do when he sees an opening, Brock. But he couldn't keep it secure, and it winds up in a defensive touchdown.
Kate, I played for coaches that when you scramble, they force you to have two hands on the ball because they know this. They know these defenders love for these moments. They attack the looseness of that ball security. Quarterbacks, unlike running backs, don't always know how to tuck that ball away. And this defense, well, they took advantage.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs double their lead to 14. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. On the return, Britton Covey. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. That pass caught by Dotson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Slot man in motion right. First down throwing for Hurts. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. Second down coming up.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And he's taken down at the 30. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack them only to drop your hips and cut right inside. So good work to help reset those chains.
First and 10 now from the 30. Hurts throwing again. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. Working inside the red zone. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Hurts looking to throw. The throw is caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Buys. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Headed in the wrong direction, Brock, as they take 2nd and goal now from the 13. Another try following the sack. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Hurts. And he's got it. Touchdown! But there's a flag down. Might be defensive, though. I think this touchdown should stand.
Pass interference. Defense.
Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty. Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Eagles chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Back to throw it. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away. So we have reached halftime in Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you, too, in just a moment. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Well, while we all enjoyed that halftime show, right, Brock? These guys were strategizing how to win that Lombardi. We're back underway in the Super Bowl. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. Short pass brought in. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 31. He's on the move. He's keeping it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Second and 4. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Hurts setting up to throw. He finds Brown right side. Running in the red zone. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Eagles cut into the lead coming out of halftime. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles tie things up at 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Good looking return here, and he's got room. He'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. It's all squared up again following that touchdown, partner, so some added importance on this series. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Hauled in by Rice. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing up first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Motioning one of the tight ends. 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this, here he goes. A 19-yard pickup, and that's gonna move the chains.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. So we're winding down to the end of the 2024 season. That's the end of 3 in Super Bowl 59. It's still a tie ball game, 14 points apiece as we get ready for the 4th. All set up now for 1st and 10. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. He made it 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
They motion the tight end over. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a 4th quarter lead. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a designed read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7. Reed now now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Eagles about set to go on offense. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Hurts. It's Dotson on the catch. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Jukes one defender, breaks across midfield, hits the opposing territory. And finally down right along that opposing 40. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Eagles losing by 7. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10, here's Hurts. Able to find Dotson here. And they get this down to the 28. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. Setting up to pass. Forced out to his right. He's on the move. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. He'll look to throw it. And he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean into his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
Now they're on for the most important extra point of their entire season. And he hits that point after, so we're all set up for a heck of a finish here. We're tied in the final frame of the Super Bowl. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And This will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. The game really in their hands at this point, Brock. We're going to see whether it's a celebration coming up next or overtime. First and 10 now from the 30. Here he is to throw. This one finds Kelsey. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's first and 10. Back to throw. Put the body on the line for his team. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they still have two available for them as we approach the end of this game. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's first and 10. Running up the middle, Pacheco. Jukes out a one-stop. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. Still one more in their pocket to use. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's first and 10. Right back to Pacheco. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. The Eagles decide to spend their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. It's Pacheco again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with third down and 6 to go. Harrison Butker out now. He knows how big this try is. From 37 yards in the right hash. The kick is good. He got it. And he's done it. They've done it. They've won the Super Bowl. And yet again, the Kansas City Chiefs have won it all. They are your Super Bowl champions. And I think it's still sinking in at different points for each player, Brock. Look at the...
Since 1998, the home of the Ravens. On the return, it's Ty Johnson. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And not much materializes there. He'll get this to the 35. Second down and 8. Once again, it's Cook. And he'll get close to the marker. A nice run, probably a yard short of that first down.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
On 3rd and 1, it's Allen. That one caught. It's Knox, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds with a gain of 7. And that'll be enough for a first down.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
On first down, it's Allen. A pass caught right side by Coleman. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Allen on 3rd down. And he puts his head down and he picks up the first down. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. What will the second quarter have in store? We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Allen going to throw again. That's taken in by Shakir. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. In motion, Shakir. One more time going up top with Allen. Quick throw, taken in, and they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Cooper going in motion. Throwing again, it's Allen. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. And this is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game. And they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
Again, it's Allen to the air. And he's in. Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Buffalo. Tyler Bass now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Bills will take a 7-0 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. In motion comes Andrews. Jackson now to throw on first down. Now a screen set up for Henry. This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
Just the lone touchdown in that first half of action. 7-0 is our score. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Ravens offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Jackson now on second down. Down the field, he's got Aguilar. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a first down.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. He's got room at the 30. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. Jackson up top again. He pulls it in around the 5. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this third quarter. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, and it's Henry. And he will dive into the end zone. Derrick Henry, touchdown Ravens.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bills offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Allen going to keep it on the zone read. The defense not biting. They stay at home, stop the quarterback. No gain on the play.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on him. And in this case, they're able to hold him to no gain.
They'll drop to throw. Looking middle, he's got it complete to Coleman. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
I think it's clear, Mike. I think they have their sights set on winning this game in regulation. I don't think overtime is even in the picture. They are trying to be aggressive, continue to move this ball down. Can they find a way to pull this game off here late in the 4th quarter?
That is downfield into the hands of Keon Coleman. Why not go back to him? That one good for 20 yards and a 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Here's 2nd down and 3. They'll run with Cook. And he'll be near the 1st down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. Cook. And he's going to have the 1st down. They'll mark him at the 29, but it's a new set of downs. 1st down picked up. Davis. Not much happening there, just a short gain. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout, and the clock will stop with 45 seconds left in the game. Here's 2nd down. A run with Cook. Cook with a 1st down and much more. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the 1st possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And we are set for a great finish. Timeout, 2 seconds remaining in the game. So now it's Tyler Bass on in a big spot. This to win the game. This kick is good. And it's celebration time. A walk-off victory on the game's final play. So a road win here for the Bills. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. Kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Garden on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather, snow, and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from Lambeau. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now it's Burrow. That's caught. Andre Yoshivas calling a gain of 6 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Burrow will throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and a couple. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 33. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. This is Brown going up the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. As they've got it as we resume action. They're passing here. Joe Burrow out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Brown is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the second quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Now Love. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Love. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Look at the big fella go. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Love now. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And they'll have 50 seconds to work with, so that really plenty of time to try to put something together. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. A short throw there pulled in by all. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Burrow. Open man is Yoshivas. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Burrow looking to pass. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Again, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete here.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Burrow. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have the show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. Well, now how about this return? That should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. And the Packer offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. Well, the first half very even. I mean, really in all facets. This ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the 3rd quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. 2nd and 9 from the 44. In motion, the tight end. To throw now. Here's Love. Out to the left here to Reed. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. On now is the Packers punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this 2nd half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. A short throw there, pulled in by all. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Hudson. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, 2nd down. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. On 2nd and 7, Burrow.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. An inside give, Brown.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rush will just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki, and he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset, and they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Now a short one to Gesicki, and he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want him to catch the football first.
And he's going to be out of bounds to stop the clock. And they continue to move a little bit closer toward that potential game-winning field goal.
Boy, missed tackles. That could be their downfall, Charles.
Yeah, they actually let him out of bounds there. Instead of the clock continuing to run, they let him out, and it turned into another timeout for him. Not good at all.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Right back to Brown. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And the tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's a give to Brown. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance of 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This no gimme in the snow. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Nothing easy about that one in these elements in the snow, but he's able to put it home in what looks to be the game winner.
And you know, I had problems with the footing just walking from the bus to the stadium. I can't imagine being called to kicking this stuff with the game on the line. But he appeared to have zero issues whatsoever.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. And now we get to deal with a foot of snow in the parking lot as we say so long from Green Bay.
Love it here. This is Maui with snow.
That's one way to put it. So long, everybody.